Okay, so now we have our React project, and I will install the semantic-ui-react. So let's copy this. And next, we need to import this into index.js. This goes here. Okay, our installation of semantic-ui-react is ready. Let's start again. Okay, now we will start first with buttons. Let's go to semantic-ui-react, and let's start with some samples. Okay. Let's start with this one. This is the most simple example that we have. Just let me copy this here. And he's complaining that button is not defined. So we will import it. Import button from semantic-ui-react. And you see, click here, and I'm able to change this, and you see this effect like we have here on the button. And if we look at the element, you see that this is the h2 and this is simply button, okay, with class. This class UI button comes from semantic UI, but it's very easy to use this button like React component. Okay, let's play a little bit and add some primary and secondary. Okay, so let's add these buttons here, and let's see what we get. Okay, so we have a very nice look and feel of the primary and secondary buttons. Okay, this is nice. Okay, once you put your button on, once you put the mouse on the button, it changes its text though. We have this button animated. If you look here, he does not know what is icon. Okay, you see here icon. So we will simply add it here. Let's once I hover over it, you see that it changed the text. Or if we look inside, you will see that we have button and we have this animated. This is, as you see, JS6 attribute or props. And you have inside the button, which is a component, this button content. This is the visible, this is the next, and you see inside once that is hidden. So when I start here, I start with the next and this is hidden. So you have the property of hidden. And the first button is you have the next text, and the second button you have an icon. The icon is arrow right. You see here, arrow right. So suppose I want arrow left, no problem. Look at this. Oops. Very easy. See there, arrow left. Let's look at more. Okay, this is nice. You see here, a button with like. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Let's copy this. Okay, let's see what we have. We have a button and property name icon, and inside the button, the content of the button is another component. Icon is also a component. If you look here on the side, you see the button. The button is a component, and icon is also a component. And if you further look inside this, you see that button is class. So if I look inside of it, go to definition, you see the button extend React component. So button is class component of React. If I look at icon, icon is also component. Okay. But we are getting very nice look and feel, and see how easy it is to construct it. We are taking a button component and inside an icon component. So simple. And the text is like me. Okay. Okay, let's give it back. Okay, so suppose you want the button to occupy all the width of its container. Okay, let's see. Look how simple it is. And with this respect, you see how semantic get into the picture. I simply write a property, fluid, okay? Let's change it here. Fluid. Okay, you see that it occupies all the width of its container. Button with icon. Shopping cart. And we have it here. Basic. Disabled. See, it is disabled. Loading. So simple. And you can also have group of buttons. Like this. Okay. And again, see how it is simple. You defined that you have a group of buttons simply by putting in button group. And inside it you have the button and the content is here. So these are buttons. Let's go over look at labels. So if I want to see labels, I'm simply going here. Let's start with this. And the concept, label is not defined, label is a button. And again, you see this is a component, and icon is also a component, and this is the content. So you see it's before, this is interesting because you can have a label that is pointing, you see here. So let's take this. Okay, now it's pointing upwards, but if I want it to point to the left, let's see, pointing equal left. Okay, so pointing equal, and look how easy it is, left. Okay, now it's pointing to the left, so easy. Now let's look at messages. This is a simple message, but you can put also info. Okay, let's put a warning. Message is not defined. Okay. And again, we have the message with warning. This is the header, and this is the header, and this is the content. And you can see here that I can use component, but I can also, and of course I can use regular HTML element. This is obvious. Okay, this is message. Okay, and let's add an error message. Okay. So again, look at the semantic issue, message warning, you get a warning, message negative. Let's see what we got. We got an error. So it's very easy. Let's continue. Forms. Form and checkbox. Check box. So if we look at this, you see that you have a form, and inside you have a form field label with input. This is HTML, this is HTML, another form field, and another form field with checkbox, and a button with submit. So if you're asking yourself where is this form fields come from, let's look. At form, this collection, and you see it here. Okay, this is form field. You have form drop down, and actually, what is form field? If you ask yourself more about this, you go to the definition, and you see this is TypeScript, and you see that form is type form component. Go to definition. Okay, and in TypeScript, form component is an interface. But you see here inside the member of this interface, and you see here field, button, checkbox. Okay, you see form.button. You see here button, checkbox. This is checkbox. Okay, so these are actually data member of the interface. So this is the forms. Let's continue to lists. Just if you want to know, wait a minute, but how do I override the click handler of button? So this is very simple. You do on click. This is React. I was clicked. Okay, let's see what happens. I was clicked. So this is React. Button is a component, and you can use on click, you can use on change, you can use all the stuff, the good stuff that we already know from React. Okay, now list. Okay, this is the list, and you see here a link. Where did we got this link from? If I look inside, let's look at this. First, you see again the semantic. This link list is ordered. Okay, so if I remove this, it is not ordered. So simple. And inside the list, we have list item and another list item and another list item. And this is something that we did not see before, but list item as a simply means that render this list item as an A element. That's why we see here this link. Okay, so you have a list, and inside the list you can have another list, because this is React. List is a component, and you can have a component inside a component. So this is list. Now let's look at, wait a minute, just a minute here. This should not be here. This should be after the form. Okay. Okay. Now let's look on menus. Look how many nice menu we have here. This is a tabular menu. So let's use it. Probably does not know menu, so let's put it here. And active item is not defined. Okay, okay. We need to add a state. If you see here above, you see that there is a state here. So we need to put this let's go to the render. Let's put it here and define the state here. And define this handle here. So this is the first time that we have actually used state. I did not use it before. Okay, but if we look at this, we see here the menu. Menu has menu item, 2 menu items. It has a name, property. Check the active item, okay, and the active item, you see it's the state, it's the name. So you can check here, active item is set inside the handle item check, okay, active item is set here using the name. And if you click on this menu item, then handle item check set the active item to photos, and then active of this menu item become true, and you can see it. So if we go here and click now, it is activated, and it is activated using the state. Okay, React state, we are using it here, but it is very convenient. Now let's move to tables. I see here a nice oops. Okay, let's go with this one. Add table above. Okay, see the table, and there is a pagination, but you need to implement this. It is not implemented. Let's see. So you have a table, celled because we have here cell. If you remove this, then you see that it will disappear. So let's leave it back. And I have the header. Inside the header, I have the table row, and this is the body, and this is the footer. And inside the footer, you have pagination. Okay, again, the menu items of the footer is rendered as a link. So you can see here a link. Okay, but you need to implement the connection between this pagination and the table. Okay. Okay, this is nice because there are many places where you need to show statistics. Okay, so let's create now statistics, and let's copy it. Okay, and you can change this to anything you want. 1000. Okay, I have here some error, a warning about href. Okay, let's add here paragraph, because this is not actually a link. Okay, so we will see that it is gone now, and this is language. Okay, so there are many more components. You can see the list: button, container, flag, icon, image, input, form, table, card, comment, checkbox, rating, sidebar, radio, confirm. But I think that you got the idea of how to use semantic UI React. Thank you.